Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition with Fricksauce. So we are back in Haven and we have collected the Iron Bull. Yay! And if you haven't been watching any of my previous episodes, this is the intended romance option this time. So let's have a wee chat.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Let's maybe back off a little bit, because clearly he's a little too tall for this to be a graceful conversation with the current mod I have. I'll be talking to his breastplate.
Are your mercenaries adjusting to life here?
Getting there. No major fights with Inquisition troops, beyond the usual chest thumping. Don't worry. The Chargers have worked with other groups before. I'll keep them in line. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader. No Inquisitor.
Yeah, it's gonna be me.
Then maybe we need one. I'd be willing.
You? Huh. Why you?
'Cause I got the mark! So what's our response here? Yeah, me.
Nobody else seems to be stepping forward, and since I can seal rifts, I'm here whether I like it or not. If it proved necessary to have an Inquisitor, I could make a go of it.
For a second there, you sounded like a canary.
No, stop
My
it.
people don't pick leaders
Flatterer.
from the strongest, or the smartest, or even the most talented. We pick the ones willing to make the hard decisions, and live with the consequences. Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass, and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't, but it could.
Let's see. Anything else?
Can I help you?
So, how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the cube. Just, I don't know. Job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
But why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting things. Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction. That really works for me.
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
How do the re-educators work?
I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and when you're there, the page is laid bare. Write a few notes in the margins of the page, erase a word here and there, and your whole outlook changes. Always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
The re-educators sound horrible.
Yeah, they probably do. Here's the thing, though. What happens in Orlais when you commit a crime or betray a lord? They just lop your head off. At least the Qunari try to fix you.
That's not really better in any way.
None of those sound exactly like you.
Yeah, I was a special case. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
How'd that work out for you?
About as well as you'd expect. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Talvashah. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
You'd heard what the re-educators did to their prisoners.
Yes, I had. I wanted them to fix me like they fixed them. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Talvashah, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
Sounds like the justification of a true believer.
I'm glad you're here, Bull.
Me too.
If you ever need to talk more about all this, let me know.
Nah, it was a long time ago.
And
Thanks,
he's been
though.
fixed. Alright, let's see what Krim got going on.
Can I help you with anything?
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
The chief. First time I met him, he saved my life. I never thought I'd work for a Qunari, but he grows on you. He's not like any commander I've ever worked for. That's for damn sure.
How's Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept any less. If he keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like that. The charges might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Qunari spy's mercenary company?
I wasn't a soldier at the time. I was in some trouble, trying to flee to Vinter. A Tribune and his men caught me in a border town tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it. Patched me up and asked if I was looking for work. I've been putting up with his jokes ever since.
That's how he lost the eye?
Yes. The guards had me on the tavern floor when Bull came inside and yelled for them to stop. One of them saw trouble coming and figured he'd finish me off. The guard had a flare. Bull put himself between me and the blow. Big horned idiot. Didn't even know me.
Is it strange to work for a Qunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasrath, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Not the whole band, but those who've been around long enough to trust. He figures most of us would find out sooner or later, and it should come from him. Eyes to eye, he says. He's never messed up a job. He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
And eventually his people will convert you.
We'll talk later.
Right, I think today we're going to go back to the hinterlands and start cleaning that crap up. But first, that I did, because I'm super. But we're going to get some war table quests going. Might as well.
I will take these injury reports.
Let me drop a few things off. Here we go.
Thank you.
There is but one God.
Do Druffalo have claws or hooves? It was really weird. I don't know if you saw that. Didn't think they had claws, but what do I know about Druffalo? Except that sometimes they get lost. Alright, let's see what we got. Ambassador Montelier. So the Inquisition is a hollow prank, a jest to swindle the righteous. The tide of apostates and demons swell on my doorstep as you do nothing. My death will be on your head and the heads of all the other charlatans of the Inquisition, and it will leave a stain so dark that Maker himself could not remove it. Yours truly, Lord Kildarn. So polite at the end, inappropriately, but... we could do the bees ones, but thanks to the golden nug, I already do have those, but we could get the XP. The Cult of Andraste. It's incredible how many passages remained undiscovered after, even after the Chantry's arrival, and they scoured every inch of these mountains for years in search of anything related to the sacred ashes. The cult didn't build all of this. It was here long before, and who knows how many years it would take to find it all. Of the new passages uncovered during the search, most were long empty or contained goods far beyond salvage. A few, however, yielded some artifacts of interest, and one evidently contains strange runes we have yet to translate. If we can find someone capable of doing so, they might prove of use. I think that might have been a springboard for the next one. Let's see. Do bees, coin. Coin is always good. Oops. Was it the coin one? Hey, I snuck one in. There we go. The runes discovered in the mountain passage during the recent search are of a type never seen before, neither Tevinter nor Elven, and perhaps dating back to the time of Andraste herself. There are few who might be able to translate the script, and the benefit of doing so is unknown. So Cullen is out. We have agents with magical knowledge and the means to acquire text. Let us work on this ourselves. And Josephine knows of several Antivan scholars who can be discreet. They would happily translate the runes for us. I'm gonna go, I think, with...
Let's see what we have.
Madame Nightingale. Commander. Leading nobles to the crater was an interesting experience. Mallory had to restrain a few of them physically from singing their names on the red lyrium crystals. Signing their names on the red lyrium crystals. One of them wanted a charred corpse as a souvenir. Next time I'd rather we dropped them in the crater and left. What a great idea. Choose the successor in leads. Ooh, the red heart. I like the hearts. It doesn't really take any time, so... Cullen it is.
To work?
The red heart has arrived. Yay. Let's see. Do you know this sign? A triangle, point down, two wavy lines through it. A lookout spotted it in chalk on a ruined wall close to one of our outposts. A cursory inquiry into the symbol has revealed nothing. Archivists are still looking. Argent thinks she saw the symbol, or something very like it, scrawled in a ledger that belonged to the Comtesse de Bayard. A sweep was done, as you ordered. Almost every outpost of ours has been marked in this manner. Many believe we are being watched. To what end? We don't know. Let's see. And Josephine... I could follow up on Argent sleep. The Comtesse de Bayard is reclusive and has remained steadfastly neutral in all matters, but I'm certain I can find some way to gain her cooperation. I think I usually do Liliana for these quests. So... I think I'll go with Josephine this time.
Let us begin.
See how that goes. Let's see. Part of a Ben Houseworth report noting the current fight for succession in Leeds, which has been without a direct ruler since Duke Rimash died early in the Orlesian Civil War. The duchy will go to one of three members of the Duke's dead family, the dead Duke's family, all of whom have possible claims to the position due to the complex nature of Orlesian politics. His cousin, Carolina, already a duchess by marriage, his daughter, Monette, whose claim is muddied by her youthful naivete, and the fact that her father pushed her into a life of service to the Chantry after his wife's death, likely to protect her from the dangers of the game, and his brother Jean-Gaspard, an ambitious and cunning man who has been searching for power. Carolina is capable and not overly invested in overseeing Leeds personally. Monette would be the most easily manipulated, but less likely to be useful. Jean-Gaspard would be difficult to manipulate and could present a threat if he succeeds his brother. Any and all three candidates could become a valuable ally to the Inquisition, but the other two must be removed from play first. And usually I go with Josephine on these kinds of matters, but let's see. Jean-Gaspard is a chevalier and a capable military leader. If we want him removed, I dare say we might recruit him for ourselves. Interesting idea. Josephine, I can destroy Carolina's marriage with 4 words and the proper glove left on the proper table. Sad. Monette would do better in the Chantry than in the game. I can see that she is encouraged to take vows. I think, let's go with Cullen. I don't think I've ever used him for these before.
All right.
Go, Cullen, go. Alright, let's spend some power. Sister Leliana. With thanks to our Lady Ambassador, I was able to study the scroll. The reference is vague, but implies a connection to the temple, a temple, possibly elven. I followed the lead and believe one such temple stands in an oasis in the western approach. As to what may lie within, I cannot say. Reports of the place are cut off or have pages missing. I have yet to find a reliable first-hand account. Perhaps our soldiers can provide a better one. Enchanter Renault. No, I don't want to go there. I just wanted to unlock it. Although, I guess I could have gone to the hinterlands from here. And let's make that happen. Oh, we could go recruit Blackwall. But since I'm going to be kind of mage-centric in this playthrough, it's not quite necessary, so let's go do some stuff. Oh. Let's go also recruit Master Dennett. We're going to be carrying around the Iron Bull until we get our fourth mage, technically, but you know what I mean. I believe we have to go speak to Braun, and then we can bring in Master Dennett. Oh, it's a crow. It's like, ooh, dragon! Got all excited.
If those refugees are going to defend themselves, they'll need real defenses.
Yeah,
I've got a few.
I know, broken record.
I've built watchtowers in the areas you recommended.
Nicely done. That'll give both your refugees and our farmers some warning next time trouble pays a visit. I'll speak to the master and have weapons sent to your people at the crossroads.
Yay! Knock knock.
Those watchtowers will keep my farmers and your refugees a lot safer. I've sent supplies to the crossroads. You've held up your end of our bargain, Inquisition. You'll have my whole stable and good hands to go with it.
You sent your stable hands and your horses to the Inquisition. What about you?
Well, you've cleaned up the area, and I can't say I'm not tempted. Still, it feels wrong to abandon my land to go play horsemaster again.
A little help.
Enough. I can call in favors with a chevalier in Val Royaux and acquire an Orlesian horsemaster easily enough.
The Orlesians? Hang that. No hopped-up Orlesian pissboy knows more about horses than I do. All right, Inquisition. I'll look to your horses myself. Never let it be said that Redcliffe gave less than the best. Just let
Certainly
me settle
not.
matters here and say goodbye to my wife. I'll meet you at Haven.
Good job, Vivienne. Agent acquired. Yay! Alright, let's go get that thing. Now, I know I have a horse, and this could go much faster with a horse, but I don't like using the horses, the mounts much, because your crew disappears, and then you don't get the party banter, and that's one of my favorite things about BioWare games is party banter. So, sorry about that, folks. I will use it, obviously, if I'm trying to get to point A to point D really quickly, but for the most part, you won't see me using them too much. Back off, buddy. You are too close. This is my personal space, and you are all up in it.
Looks like the mage has retreated to the hills. Smarter than I was hoping for.
I have to go see what Rams. Now, before I started recording, I did go around, mostly in Haven, just looking for some materials, since that was rather boring. And I did, pick up all of the ram meat I need for the quest from the crossroads. So we do have that, and I will we'll head back there. We'll head back there shortly. All right. Ooh, Cardicoat, but I don't have any dwarves, so. Ooh, Fennec. Sorry, buddy. I'm in need of materials that you did not drop. Yeah, wow. That was unhelpful. Ooh, let me update my people before someone gets upset with me. And Monsieur Bull. Oh, good lord. I have him fighting without, like, anything. No wonder he rather sucketh at it. Excellent. Carry on, Howitt. Get that ram. Because I need all sorts of materials. Am I drop anything? No. Of course not. Ooh, a spy bad guy. Take that. Don't bring him over here, dude. Well, of course I did give him the means to do that, so can't blame anybody but myself. Oh, you're not dead. I thought he was dead. I was like, let me go loot something. Yay, materials. Oh, okay. Not materials, necessarily. Ugh, rocks. I'm on the fence about all the rocks in these areas, in any area. I kind of like the realism, yet at the same time, I hate tripping over all these rocks. It's so inconvenient. A letter at an abandoned campsite. Come to me, my love. The dreams have guided you this far, and now I write these words with your own hand for you to read when you wake, which is creepy. You are so close. Come to the tree on the hill where the stone lady stands, bearing Fen'harel, so that I know you, and we can finally be together forever. And that just sounds like a very bad idea. But of course, when we get some Fen'harel, we're gonna do it. Alright, we're out of here. And kill the raccoon. I know it's not a raccoon. Come on, get up there. Ooh, another one. Didn't drop anything. Not cool, peoples. Not cools. Alright, so now I think we're... Alright, we don't need to do that because we don't have Fen'harel, but we can get the shards. Oh, and I think there's stuff up here. Let me actually do that. Rocks. Rocks. You bedevil me.
I'm not familiar with this.
Well, you don't know everything now, do you? Yes. Also, we are making what looks like a boat. This one is fairly simple. Of course, I can mess it up on the first try. Here we go. I could mess it up on every try, apparently. I could still mess it up. Oh my goodness. Let us try that again. There we go. I got cocky. constellation Paraquialis. Referred to as Voyager in common parlance, the constellation Paraquialis is commonly depicted as a ship. No ordinary ship, but rather the primitive vessels sailed by ancient peoples such as the Neromenians. The translation from the ancient Veen is usually across the sea, and lends credence to the idea that the Neromenians came to Thetis from elsewhere, although most reputable scholars dispute this, especially considering those ancient peoples would likely have named such stars long before they undertook a voyage. From A Study of Theodosian Astronomy by Sister Oran Petrarchius.
Huh. That's different.
It is.
Where does this lead?
Well, I would say wherever the, beams of light are going. Okay. Oh, crap. A bear. He just came sauntering around the corner, didn't he? Oh, he's coming right for me, of course. Fire vulnerability. Okay, well, I already hit him. I could remember how to get out of the camera view. Let's run away. Run away! Yep, and get there and blow him up. Well, at least we got some bear stuff. Bear hide! Alright. This area is going to be a pain in the butt. Alright. And I think since my timer did go off, this may be a good place to stop. So I will say Auf Wiedersehen. And if you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe below. And I will see you in the next episode.